top 8 placers, ranking premier event winners, even Capcom Cup champions. So many different paths, and what seems like an endless array of characters has led them all to this very stage. And as far as you and I, we have the pleasure of seeing those paths collide. Ladies and gentlemen, I am your host, Hollywood, Raw TV, and this is Street Fighter League.
That is going to spell victory.
JB is in his head right now. How'd you do that?
My God, he is feeling it.
Oh my gosh. The matches. Let's go.
He said, nah, hold this medium.
I double dog dare you. Find me better Street Fighter. I dare you. Find me better Street Fighter. I implore you. Send the signal out. I dare you to find me better Street Fighter because Street Fighter League delivers. Man. Street Fighter League Season 3 continues. We've had an explosive Week 4, but now we're into Week 5. We're going to get set up for our next team battles. Tasty Steve, Vicious on the mic. It has been amazing here at Street Fighter League. The teams that we've already experienced play, which is all of them at this point, we've seen amazing battles coming from all of our team members. NASR coming through. Samurai, Bigbird and Angrybird holding it down. We have UIU, who we will get to see play today. There's going to be Kami, JB, and Oil King. All in their opponent. One of the teams we will also see is going to be iDom, SKZ, and 801 Strider. Alpha 3 will be Punk, True, as well as Nephew. And then we have Psycho Shinobi coming through. It's going to be Xian, Caba, and Hot Dog 29. And Team Dynamite is going to be Smug, Mina RD, and Gamer B. And I can tell you right now, not one of these teams has let me down with the excellent play we've seen here in these team battles throughout all the weeks of Street Fighter League Season 3 so far. What are some of your thoughts on what you've seen so far?
It's getting closer and closer as the weeks go by. All In is getting a significant lead. However, the rest of the teams are slowly just starting to acclimate themselves in this atmosphere of the team format with the ban rule in place. So without a doubt in my mind, as we reach the halfway point, we're going to see some big changes from each and every one of these teams.
As well as, while we're on our way, we're going to figure out who the MVP is. Play of the day will be selected. We will have an MVP at the halfway point of the season as well as the end point of the season. And, of course, there's going to be compliments of our amazing sponsorship with Seiko coming out with those awesome Street Fighter-themed watches that one of our players, will be winning as MVP.
And to kind of remind you of the schedule, we have 15 weeks of regular season play, which leads up into Week 16, which is the playoffs to determine which two teams from this season of SFL will be fighting against Team Japan, the reigning champs from last year. They're going to be crowning their champion as well over in Street Fighter League Japan. It's going to be really exciting to see as we have back-to-back Street Fighter Leagues that's happening each and every one of these weeks. And to kind of remind you with the format, right, it is 3-on-3. The way it works is we got two players duking it out. The winner goes to the back of the queue. The loser is eliminated. We keep going till we have our remaining team with that W. And again, that's how we've been doing it throughout the entirety here at Street Fighter League.
And just in case you need a reminder, $150,000 on the line for these teams to try and clutch out, get that big purse at the end of the season.
The formalities are now over, Steve. Who do we have up next? I do believe you mentioned it. It's All In versus Dynamite, and it's going to be UYU versus Alpha 3. Now, with that in mind, what's on the line for these four teams for this week?
So All In, undisputed champions in this. I feel like every team member at this point has already stepped up and done amazing things to show their worth, even though them being here is more than enough at this point. SKZ coming out early on in the season, taking out Punk himself, saying that was one of the people that he was aiming for. iDom showing nerves of steel in some of these situations, taking out some of the heavy hitters here we saw in Week 4 with Psycho Shinobi. And then you still have 801 Strider, which is, I say, he's the one in the holster because we have yet to see him get full control control of his character and play G because of the ban, obviously. So I feel like this team is just still getting to their point of warming up.
That's a lot of pressure, too, because they're going up against second seed right now with Team Dynamite, right? Trailing right behind them. Although All In is 3-0, Dynamite very, very close. They only have one loss, but we've seen the power of Mena RD in the clutch situation. I'm very excited to see what he has in store with the rest of his teammates going up against All In. And then we move over to the second half of today's battles, right? We have UYU looking for that first W against a really, really tough opponent with Alpha 3. You have Punk, CJ Truth, and Nephew.
We're still in the early parts,
very
I
true.
feel like, of Street Fighter League Season 3. Like I said, this is only the first half of what we have to offer, what these players are going to display for you guys. So this week, All In, Dynamite, going to be our first team battle. Personally, I cannot wait till we get into it. I think we're going to get into it, but it's going to be after this break, guys. Stay tuned. Street Fighter League continues. You saw what happened in Week 4. I guarantee you don't want to miss the start of Week 5. I'll see you right after this. Welcome back to Street Fighter League. I'm glad you guys are still hanging around with us because we got more Street Fighter for you. We've already told you the first team battle that you guys are going to see today, and it's going to be Dynamite going up against All In. We might get some birdie action here because All In and both Dynamite have both set up their bans. And who will those bans be, Vicious?
All In bans Balrog. They are aiming for Smug to go towards that G pick. And on the other side, Dynamite going straight for Poison, forcing iDom to play that Laura. Again, a very interesting decision here. They might be more comfortable playing that Laura, but it depends on the order, right? As it stands, All In has picked SKZ to go up front, 801 Strider in the middle, iDom as the anchor yet again. Who do they have for Team Dynamite's order?
So we're going to have Gamer B, Mena RD, and then Smug. I like this. A lot of times Gamer B has not been going first. I feel like what they're trying to do is get an early lead going forward, and I also think All In anticipated that, put SKZ up there to kind of counter that move, because the way that Mena played last week, you don't want to put him in a situation to where you're like, well, we don't know what character is he going to play. I say Dynamite's using that to their advantage. There is a difference this time around, though.
Okay.
801 Strider is unleashed. We get the opportunity to see a full-powered 801 Strider here. Finally, in Week 5, not what he brings to the team, but what he adds to the team. He's an amazing player. His G is world-class level at this point. And honestly, I can't wait to see what he shows you guys at home. Officially completing, I feel like, the trifecta of the team synergy that we got here from Team All In.
Well, we get a little bit more insight from the likes of 801 Strider representing Team All In. With the amount of work he's been putting in, I want to hear what he has to say going into week number 5 against his opponents. And Rob TV has that interview for us. Take a look.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am here with Big Swole, but not as swole as Big Hollywood. Little Gussie, how you feeling, Brody?
Bro, I'm just trying to catch up to you. So eventually, I think that'll happen.
But you know, bro, protein, bro.
I mean, yeah, just chicken and protein. And, yeah, I mean, a lot of Street Fighter too. That's brawling.
That's the main thing.
That's the main thing, yeah.
So speaking of that, though, in all seriousness, obviously you have one of the better images in the FGC easily. You know, maybe just in esports in general. And there's a whole lot of stereotypes that comes with us being gamers. Especially those of us who actually go to tournaments and so on and so forth. They don't expect us to live like a decently healthy lifestyle, especially to the extent that you do it. Are you conscious of actually trying to change that image that people may have of gamers?
For sure. I mean, the thing is, like, you don't have to be a slob to be a gamer, you know? Like, I feel like that's such an old stereotype. Mom's basement, Doritos everywhere, Mountain Dew Code Red. Like, that's such an old stereotype. You know, we're just people. We're just fucking people.
In the end of the day.
Yeah, we're just people. You know, most of us work and most of us do stuff outside of the FGC. And yeah, like, you don't have to, like, you can still be healthy and play. Like, nothing's stopping you. Literally nothing's stopping you.
Well, I would say another thing that's healthy is your damn track record when it comes to this Street Fighter stuff, going back into the game. You're somebody who's actually been in Capcom Cup 3 separate times. One of them was actually back in Street Fighter 4, but as recent as the last year, Gus was just in Capcom Cup. How would you say that stuff has prepared you for these big moments when the lights are on?
Bro, I've been competing for years. I mean, you have to think about it. Like, I started off as a fucking scrub. I started off like drowning in pools, you know. This was like 10 years ago. Like
Yeah.
I've been playing for a long time. I've been going through that stress. I mean, eventually you just get used to it, you know. It's you feel as comfortable as if you were playing, you know, at home in your boxers. So yeah, of course, that's prepared me. But Street Fighter League, I mean, I feel like it's less stressful when you have ridiculous teammates. Like you have people like I mean, if you have iDom going overhead into game,
In the end of the day, like, no matter what the
it
life
doesn't
situation-
matter.
Yeah. iDom has been playing like the best player up
I mean,
to this
track
point.
records speak for himself. iDom hasn't lost. iDom
That's
hasn't
true.
lost. That's a track record, right?
That's true. What is it like actually playing with iDom?
Bro,
specifically?
it's fucking ridiculous. Like, honestly, just watching him, like, I get salty for his opponents. Like,
Yeah. Bro, that hot dog match, bro, dude is literally ahead
bro,
every round.
he was getting outplayed every damn round, and he still won. That is an iDom thing. Like, every Laura, like,
Every Lord doesn't have a 2-frame wake-up jab either.
no, or
I've
an
never seen him
unblockable overhead.
Yeah.
Like, most Lauras die with the overhead, you know, getting blocked. And Hot Dog would have blocked any other Laura's overhead, but it was
Yeah.
iDom, right?
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah,
Capcom made it the
somehow.
overhead. It sped it up like 20 frames. Like, you can't even see it. You just get hit.
So, speaking of that, you know, you guys have been playing amazing so far. Undefeated, 3-0. And next up, you're going up against the other hottest team right now, Team Dynamite. I'm really interested in seeing that. Is there any specific matchup that you would like to run into there? Like, what are you thinking of that?
Bro, I feel like if they don't ban G, they're going to get swept by G.
What if you and Smug ran into each other in the G mirror? I think he's pretty good at that matchup.
Not
Who's
as good
the
as I
better
am.
G?
No, he's not as good as I am in that matchup.
He said that confidently. Well, Gus, it's always a pleasure talking to you, bro. In all seriousness, I do hope that one day you get as swole as me. Steve, Vicious, back to you.
I always enjoy 801 Strider's confidence and every interview he does because he keeps it real and he keeps it honest. Honestly, he's very intimidating in person sometimes, but he's actually a sweetheart. This guy he's a real nice guy.
But he needs to be worried about what's happening on the other side of that game because they have their work cut out for him. Dynamite is another very strong team emerging, showing a very, very good amount of progress going forward. Just give me a little bit of what you think about what Dynamite's going to do here going forward.
I'm actually more curious to see the matchup between Smug and 801 Strider, honestly, because we saw the fact that both Gs are unleashed. I do want to see that mirror match happen. I really want to see that mirror match happen. But again, I think my only concern is I don't want 801 Strider to get ahead of himself and be like, I'm looking for that mirror match. Because again, you have so many players to go through as well. But I want to hear what Smug had in mind when it comes to that mirror match, right? I'm sure he heard 801 Strider's interview. I want to hear this rebuttal. Rob TV has got that answer for us.
I am here with the people's champ, Smug the Beast. How you feeling, bro?
I'm chilling.
So the people won't know this. I don't know if you even know this, but I actually met you in Street Fighter 4. Not really met, but we got to like a party or something like that. Your personality as far as like on camera and everything, it's easy to feel super Hollywood and not want to interact with the fans and something like that. How come you don't fall victim to that?
Well, I mean, I just like where people appreciate me, so I just show them the same love, I show them the same respect, because there's people that look up to you. So you don't want to just be rude, and you know, people that looked up to you their whole
Been
lives
waiting to
and
meet
stuff.
you and everything,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
you're like, yeah.
You know, because there's like probably celebrities or artists or rappers that you always wanted to meet.
Yeah.
You know,
And then they're like a complete asshole. And, yeah.
something crazy, right? That's why I said, well, I'm not going to be that guy. I think it's cool. You know, like, it's a good feeling that there's people when I just go to like a Best Buy or something like that, and there's people that recognize me. So I think that's cool, you know?
So when it comes to, you know, you being even so beloved in the FGC, a big part of that is because of the fact that you go so hard when it comes to creating your content, you know, streaming all the time.
Yeah.
I've actually found out while I was here that you even edit all of your YouTube videos, dropping stuff every single day. I can express how difficult that is.
I mean, it's time consuming, but I do like that earlier. But I try to hire an editor, but it didn't really work out the way I like it. So I'm still looking, obviously. But
So why do you go so hard in the content side of things?
because, all right, to be honest, before like the invitationals and stuff, all we had were tournaments, and we were only being on screen for like 2 seconds. And I felt like commentators and people that have a voice, they get more recognition. So there's people that, there's people that like the players, but I barely see them. I'm mostly seeing the gameplay. So I just felt like, you know what, maybe I should embrace my personality more. And there were people that were telling me, they said, hey, you're a good dude. I don't know why you don't stream or, you know, do a YouTube. So I thought about it and I said, you know what? I'm gonna actually start showing people my personality more.
It's not like you're just doing the content thing and you're not playing amazing in game. It takes a whole lot of work.
Yeah, well, that's because obviously it's time consuming. But since I practice as well, you know, I just really wanted to be the person where I can be a very entertaining person and really good at the game at the same time. Usually you have to make a sacrifice. If you want to be entertaining, you have to focus more on that and not compete as much and stuff. But I wanted to compete and try to do both. So that was like the challenge I chose.
So you guys' team chemistry has been phenomenal so far. And I feel like just saying the word team chemistry makes it sound, or that term, it makes it sound like super professional and all that. But just in general, I feel like you guys have easily been the most entertaining team so far. Trolling, talking trash.
Yeah, we be having all kinds of jokes, man.
Like,
oh my goodness, man. Meta and GamerBee, they're really good.
I feel like on camera, you guys are just how you are like when we're chilling in a hotel
yeah,
room
we
or
be
something
chilling,
like that.
you know what I mean? So it's all good.
All right, so you guys' next match, you're going up against the hottest team right now. I feel like you guys are like right here. It's you guys, Team Dynamite and Team All In. You're 2-1. They're 3-0 right now. How are you feeling going into that match?
I just feel like we feel confident in the team, you know, but we just took that into consideration that Gustavo's a very disrespectful player. Okay?
Yeah, you might have to put him in his place for
you know,
the sake of mandatory.
I heard that he said that he will beat me in a mirror match in the G.
He did. He did. I didn't know if you overheard it.
I just used the bathroom and all, and I just came in minding my business, drinking my water, and he started a beef with me.
And he was very confident in that too. It was like, as soon as I asked him, he said, me, easily, I will win that. I don't understand, like, you know, how do you feel about that?
I like that confidence. I like the confidence.
Do you think that it's misplaced?
No, because, I mean, like, I'm also as confident as well. So I actually like the mirror matches as well. So I would think this would be a very entertaining set.
Well, I'm hoping that you guys run into each other, and I'm sure you're going to put on a show with the greatest of ease. My boy Smug.
Well, with that kind of expectation, someone's bound to get wiggity washed, right? I'm hoping it's not going to be in that mirror match, but who knows? We'll see what happens, right? We do have our players already geared up, ready to go. It's going to be the first game here at Street Fighter League, week number 5.
We're going into it. SKZ, GamerBee. We're going to the Seth Mirror. Let's go in.
You never know. GamerBee might even pull off the Cammy sometime. Maybe
he has an
in the
Akali
second
as well.
half.
I mean, he has other characters that he can use at a very effective level. V-Skill, V-Set 1 going on the side of SKZ. We got a mixture of 2 for the trigger. Skill, number 1.
Yeah, to kind of keep SKZ in check as well. Oh, that could have been a big trade combo on the side of SKZ. This is the problem here. Again, axe kick, corner pressure. Oh, yeah, you like that? The counter hit conversion?
Look at the damage. Oh, my. And then goes for the mix-up. Not so clean. Could have had that ball placement just a little better to go for the empty jump low. Great whiff punish right there. And just like that, the life tied right back up. The only difference is that V-Trigger won 3 bars, if I'm not mistaken, and 2 on the side of GamerBee.
So you do know he's going to be building himself up another one soon, unless he just takes out SKZ. With the pace that it's going, it's looking like it. -2 backs off instead. GamerBee playing the life lead game. Round 1 of game 1 going to GamerBee.
Solid.
Round 2.
Round number 2, game number 1. Starting off with the axe kicks from SKZ.
Oh, okay. Punishing on the landing frames there against SKZ. Missed the opportunity to axe kick. Slight input error. You're going to go to the corner very soon. Double dash up. EX Mad Cradle, get off me. No momentum on your side.
Oh, nice jab interrupt goes to the EX hands.
Reversal, get off me. Get some space away from this corner, but he's not going to overstep his boundaries. He's going to take his time, get the space back, axe kick his way in. Trade-off benefiting SKZ with the positioning.
Stupid. Gets the 4th throw in the corner. Fighting back GamerBee. That low forward, that stand medium kick, a great tool. SKZ doing a great job of keeping GamerBee honest. I love checking those jump ins. The very compact play of GamerBee has been a staple for quite some time. Nice jump in. Oh, misses the follow up with the EX. Yeah. Another axe kick. SKZ starting to get the lead, and look at the stun bar as it goes off. Not going to be dead, but that CA is on the table. So the next exchange might be death. If GamerBee can't make something happen, not going to spin the. Oh my gosh! Geez. It got through the crouching heavy kick. Back throw. GamerBee, no activation.
Nah, not over that. A little bit too far, but I'm sure he has some sort of setup to bring SKZ closer. It's only a matter of time. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's a punish.
Ooh, great punish, SKZ, and that should be a dead Gamerbird.
Oh, that was cool. That was cool.
Yeah. A lot of jumps, dive kick and stuff. A lot of jumps.
Yeah, right there, like when you have that big ass life lead, there were a few opportunities where you could have reversal as well for.
That's true. That's true.
Man, that team synergy really standing out, especially on the side of Team Dynamite.
So far, all tied up in the set. Nice check on the counter hit. A little too far to convert, but still chipping down the life of Gamerbird. Finds an opening. No, sir. Oh, tricky. The way he's maneuvering with that stand medium punch, getting closer and closer, tempting Gamerbird to press a button. Oh, it lands on the same
I
side?
couldn't believe that. I was looking at the other side of the character, anticipating the cross-up.
Same here.
Oh, just a little bit out of range. We've seen that miss a few times here throughout the weeks of Street Fighter, and it's all because of the range. That crouching medium kick is quite the tool for Seth. SKZ coming up on set point here versus Gamerbird.
It's looking like Gamerbird really needs a plate of that cheesecake right now as he's looking against match point from SKZ, right? SKZ looking very comfortable in the mirror matchup.
Oh, not that time, though. Back throw. Oof.
Nice.
These anti-air DPs are a very staple part of the Gamerbird game plan. Keeps you honest, great fundamental understanding, good at locking you down in a lot of these situations, and just a bit out of range right there.
And the anti-air is always on point. You mentioned it earlier. Gamerbird very much so aware of what anti-air options to choose from in the wheel of options.
Okay. 4W points to close out. Okay.
SKZ was looking for the EXDP. You heard it. Here comes the activation for reversal.
Great view
You already
reversal.
know. Oh, that could have been anti-air. He still gets the EX Mad Cradle.
Dash
Oh
up.
my God.
SKZ says nothing doing. That was a guess for your life. The throw tech could have been it if the EX was there. Maybe been a little bit out of range. We've talked about it.
So. Oh, that could have been EX Mad Cradle regardless, right?
And you don't want to guess it at this time, right? Because any hit right now will do it. Could have had an EX extension right there. And once again, SKZ just oh my gosh, out of range.
No punish. He could have done crouching heavy kick.
Oh my
No
God, it was
way.
so far away.
He took a page out of All-In's book. He put himself in a -2 scenario after a blocked V-skill, immediately disrespected SKZ and tested his limits using that EX Mad Cradle.
I'm pretty sure we saw SKZ do that last week.
100% he did. 100% he did. What a read from Gamerbird.
Yep, and that was that range that we're talking about. That low forward does have range, one of the main tools of Seth. But if they're not able to get in, it's going to be a lot harder to confirm. Oh, and Gamerbird taking the lead, hits the overhead. Look at the stun building up and just waiting right there. Hand the crouching short. This is going to give SKZ a chance to activate, and they fight back to the middle of the screen. Spends a lot of that V-trigger meter right there after the activation back to the corner. Gamerbird in trouble.
Not going for a third one this time. He's still trying to fight his way out of the corner, applying that pressure still, plus scenario, back dash. This Gamerbird gets caught.
Let's go.
Walking backwards, you saw it happen. The check from SKZ, enough to seal the deal for game one.
That team battle, go on the side of all in. This is exactly what I meant though, Vicious. This is exactly what I meant though. You throw up two strong people and see how it turns out. Now, you still have SKZ to deal with if you're Dynamite, right? But now you have Dynamite going up, well, sending up Mena RD, who just had an amazing showing, right? However, 801 Strider pulls out the G. Not the target of the band this time around. It's actually Poison, and that means that we're absolutely getting a Laura. But game one starts now. Seth versus G will be the matchup. It's going to be Mena RD, 801 Strider. And my man actually plays Seth, like he just actually picked Seth. I literally said this man has a bag of characters. And now Seth is the character next in that bag. Let's see if it can stop 801 Strider.
And this is the, I believe, what, the second time we've seen Mena RD use his character? Oh, okay. I like how he uses the stand fierce, the stand heavy punch to kind of test if Gustavo's going to press the button. Oh, he does now. He finds the gap. Here comes 801 Strider. V-skill usage. Does have max V-trigger on deck, though.
Oh, gets to confirm Mena RD.
Yeah, he's just like
Savage with the confirms. This guy's all over it. It's like, again, man, that bag of characters, he's so effective with all of them. It's so dangerous.
How Birdie reaches behind himself and pulls out the giant donut. That's how he does with characters. That walking, that pressure that we've always been talking about since the beginning of Season 3 coming into effect. Gets the reset right there. He even says it on the mic. He says reset. Oof. I have to be careful with those anti-airs. Another one of the tools that we've highlighted in early weeks of Street Fighter League is that axe kick. Nice back throw. Getting closer and closer.
He tried to wheel kick past it, but I think it moved his hurt box a little bit too far.
Yeah, and it probably caught the startup of it at that point.
That's exactly it.
Look at MinRD just slowly getting into that range, staggering the offense a little bit. What?
The whip punish! 801 Strider.
Don't get scooped. And I guarantee you that's what he was going for. Nice crouching jab, activate to get the knockdown. Lots of V-trigger meter left on the side of MinRD, but you gotta guard your legs. The shin guards aren't enough. He tried to go for a whiff throw. I would bet money that was whiff wake up throw. MinRD says, I know that trick. Eat the CA. First game's gonna go to my team. Dynamite!
I see what happened. It's just mistakes on my end.
Yeah.
And it's interesting to me. I feel like Smug can definitely offer some input on this because he's a G player, right? This matchup might be different. Nice. Gets the V-skill, that tandem engine. Nice interrupt, stopping the approach of MinRD in some of these situations. Whoa, okay. How did he know?
This has been really tough for Gustavo, right? 801 Strider has not found a way to suppress this aggression from MinRD, especially with the high arcing axe kicks coming his way. And again, it just spells out danger for 801 Strider. That's done more than enough. I like him building.
He doesn't know the matchup that well.
Okay, I have to jump forward then.
Yeah, you jump forward after that move. That's better.
I actually want to hear SKZ a little bit when it comes to the 7 matchup, right? What are some of the things that Gustavo is lacking in the knowledge?
Well, maybe he just feels like maybe they've played this a lot, right? They're on teams. Maybe they've played the SFG mirror a lot. And what's crazy is 801 Strider has made some amazing reads and just had some great opportunities in this match. Just not able to hold on to him through MinRD's offense.
I gotta say, MinRD has been absolutely relentless when it comes to this poking game. Big jump in on the reads there against Gustavo. 801 Strider in danger once again in this very tough place. That could have been big. I got excited there.
This is big. This should be the round. This should be the round.
Expanded.
Could have just done the wheel kick, but I'm almost certain that would not have killed. I think if you could have comboed in the EX.
He does play like an asshole.
I don't know, man. I feel like Critical Art would have just been.
It's the most simple choice. That's what gets me killed in games. I'm like, I can save a little me. Oh, geez, they're still alive. Oh my God, V-trigger. Oh, good, I lost.
And that's exactly what it sounds like. I can test that. We've played plenty of games, and it sounds exactly like that. I promise.
Wake up, EXDP. 801 Strider getting the game on the board. Let's see if this pace can slow down enough. There we go. To make something happen. This second round, game number 2. Set point, might I add. 4 Mina is looking a lot better. Life lead still in his favor, but not for long though. Good pickup here. MinRD finds another opening to interrupt with the crouch jab.
Big counter hit conversion as well off that jab. Get him to the corner. There's a threat here. Throw. No, it's a normal instead.
The double dash up. You think so? A lot of times in that situation, your G will dash up and use that powered up V skill to keep you in place. Still have enough time to react to the anti-air and keep you locked down.
He's just buffering the EX. It's fucking risky. Holy shit.
And just like that, 801 Strider is back in the set, 1 game apiece.
That's right, on the board with that G play. Very, very nice work, but here comes MinRD, not slowing down one bit. Catches the counter hit, goes for the Twin Fang install as well.
The crouching medium punch. Stun on the table.
Nice. Boy, remember we talked about before when it came to the G and Seth matchup, the fact that, oh my God.
Yo, you're going to finish
that. That's disrespect.
With the perfect on top of it?
Okay, so the high arcing axe kicks are really giving Gustavo, 801 Strider, a lot of problems because of G's stature, right? And even bigger target to hit.
Oh, nice.
And harder to anti-air.
Okay. Dash up, gets the crush, and look at that. Now you're in the corner once again. Reset, that's done. That might might be the round to play properly. It's going to be one more guess. One more guess.
Without a doubt, one more guess. It could be thrower normal, though. In a great position to apply these mix-ups. It was the command grab. MenRD sniffed out and saw the startup of it and interrupted perfectly. Side switch as well, Hekatonkaries.
Don't get hit. CA on deck. No anti-air again. V-reversal. That is important. That means CA can close out for MenRD if 801 Strider can get a hit. He can take us to one final game and potentially take out MenRD. 4-team all-in. Dashing forward, you got to be careful. We've seen the checks on deck.
Oh, that could have been big for MenRD.
Nice.
After the crouch heavy kick hits, he had the buffer. Gustavo ran right into it, and that's all she wrote. MenRD eliminating 801 Strider.
In this situation, not favorable. We had a full power 801 Strider, and I can see right there that still waiting to get fully charged up, get into the swing of things, and start being that 801 Strider that we all know. It was just a couple of situations right there that could have worked out so favorably for them. I mean, if you look at the fact that he had that meter on top of it, spent the V reversal meter, and that personally I feel like is what spelled the end. You didn't want to deal with that offense. I completely understand. I know what it's like fighting Sith. The V trigger strength of G is so good. I would have held it. I would have waited as long as possible. Unless I was gonna die from the hit, I would have waited, then V reversal. But if I got free, the minute you block anything, let me out. Let's go. You know what this is though, right, Vicious? An NLBC Classic, folks. These guys play week in, week out on the East Coast. Make sure you check it out. These guys know the ins and outs of each other's play. They fight on a weekly basis for their local tournaments. I feel like if you want to get a hint at how to beat or stop iDom, you're paying a lot of attention to this set right here. There's no way you're on the opposite team or any other team not watching this match for holes in the armor of iDom.
Yo, man, but it looks like he's got plot armor right now. He's looking invincible the way he's smoothing around Smug.
I mean, it is an NLBC Classic, but the Classic is typically won by iDom.
Yeah, you did mention the tail of the tape with how they go back and forth, but you know, when you look and finish the archives up, you'll see why.
Numbers don't lie.
Yeah. Not to take away from Smug though. I mean, like again, he's very familiar with this matchup now.
And not saying that it's not out of the wheelhouse or that it hasn't been done before. Just saying, you know, statistically, I'm going to give it to iDom in the NLBC sense. But Smug, I feel like, so ready to climb this kind of challenge, right? I feel like he's most equipped to do it. There's almost another stun on the table. Wake up, that's going to work.
Nice.
And triggers on the table. Now let's see if the 801 strike. When I talked about the activation, look at what it does to the game.
Command grab.
Now
you're going to go to the corner
100%.
and a ton of damage. Do it again. Wheel kick. One more throw is actually going to do it.
Wow.
Like I said, all it takes is the activation of a V trigger from G, and that's a completely different character. You're looking for a way to stop iDom, you need to look at Smug's play. It's the key. Like a treasure map. You gotta find a way.
You gotta find the X, right?
Oof.
Ooh. Anti-air, absolutely ready. He backed off just in case, right, to see if G was going to jump out of there. Smug in trouble again. Threat of stun is there.
Look at that crouch jab. I said something about that earlier. No trigger on the table. Sunset wheel. Stun getting close. Game getting close. There it is. The first game's going to go to iDom. Team all in.
Yeah, a lot of buttons. You should let him kill himself. Punish all the stuff he's doing.
If he activates, he didn't get a chance to because he just got mauled, but if he activates from EX to V-trigger, don't be scared of V-reversal.
No. He did forward heavy punch.
Yeah.
Can he command grab that?
Yeah, you can't V-reversal that. Yeah. But if he does from EX, that's a free V-reversal.
That's what I like to see from the G specialist. Those are the specifics that he needed to understand. Because if iDom took the risk and went to go with that V reversal in that previous round, he would have got command grabbed.
And what's crazy is, like I said before, these guys play all the time, and still 801 Strider giving him advice in the matchup. And look at the turnaround.
Sometimes you got to be reminded, man. Oh, big whiff punish, but not a lot of damage. It's fine. Yeah, option select that. You already know. When you jump in the corner and you whiff the grab, you still have to have a button behind it. That's more than enough. The damage output from Laura is ridiculous.
Man, SKZ with the chuckle back there. Like, what the?
What is this character?
There's those fireballs. We haven't seen many of that actually from Smug, and I feel like it definitely is.
Yeah.
It's something you need to pay attention to. 801 Strider is one of those people I see all the time buffer that stand light kick just to be ready for dash punch, and you still have fireballs where you can make someone respect that space. Tries to go for the cross up again. She has really good anti-air buttons as well.
Yeah, that strong is super active. It extends pretty far out there.
Nice.
Big
Bro,
jump in. That's
they
going to spell
fucked up in
death.
banning
I'm
poison.
pretty sure.
They forced this man. They forced this man's hand.
iDom eliminates Smug from the equation.
So Mena RD gonna come back up, and that's gonna be our next fight. SKZ, once again, the weapon that's going to be the lone way to stop Dynamite. Mena RD just last week pulled an OCV, and now we're looking at him play out of his mind. The team's on his back again, going up against Dynamite. SKZ's gonna go up first. We have Mena RD, SKZ in this next Dynamite all-in team battle.
Oh, man. Mena RD looking to play the mirror match, Seth on Seth, right? I think I do like the way Mena controls the pace with the way he plays Seth. That kind of aggression, it's controlled aggression, right? It's new. It's not too like sporadic. He'll walk up and he'll have a game plan to corner you first.
And it's the Seth mirror. I don't know about this. I am not sure about this one. I do like the way that Mena plays. He plays a lot more poke heavy, I feel like, than SKZ though. That's
the thing. He's controlling the space and he's going to react to what you're doing, right? If you're not going to try to counter poke him, he's going to use that time to push over. Yeah, that is a punish, right? Using that V skill too. This is the first time we see SKZ using this in the mirror match, right? Huge difference here. He understands how Mena wants to play neutral, so he's testing it out. Skill 1. Nice! EX Mad Cradle. I'm telling you, when he senses danger, he knows exactly when to use that.
Activate off the crouching heavy kick. Big damage and the side switch. I like that. Not spending the rest of the trigger. That means you get another hit. You have a lot.
He went into it. It's so active. And even at that tail end of the heavy kick, you still managed to get the cancel. SKZ with a great start of game 1.
Good anti-air this time around.
Corner carry and the damage. Dash up. No, just walk up throw. Nice tag.
Wow,
firing
so
away.
far away.
So raw. Uh-oh.
No.
Side switch. Yes, sir. Counter hit combo. Is he going to do it again? Not quite. He's got to do it now. I lied to you. Universal.
SKZ not happy about that V reversal. Oh, punish. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the light version is -8. So that's rough. Rough start from an RD.
Hey, good on the 5-0 guys. You've been carrying me.
No, run that back.
Gotta interrupt. Can't let that spin kick. Whoa. Also, Mena RD, you have to remember, has some amazing adjustment.
Ooh!
Some amazing adjustment. Axe kick just to try to start off offense. I like the little staggered offense on top of that.
SKZ is just making all the right decisions when it comes to firing against Mena's strategies.
Oh, no. Not dead, but this is going to hurt. Situation that Mena is in right now is not a good one. Lots of gray lines.
Dude, as soon as he busted out of the corner and got that one jumping against Mena RD, it was all SKZ. It was the SKZ show in that corner. Relentless pressure. Oh, what a counter poke. Nice whiff punish there from Mena RD. Forward throw.
But this is what we saw in the last game. Full control on the side of Mena RD, and then SKZ gets out of that corner and turns on the offense. Jump in this time, no anti. Almost full CA on the side of Mena RD. Just about 2 bars for SKZ full trigger.
Nice.
Oh, big jump in. That could be the round. No meter spent. This is a favorable situation for Mena RD. If he can get this round, we go one more game, and he's going to have an opportunity to take out SKZ. SKZ hoping to end it here, up 1 game and a round. Anti-air's back on deck now. He's not taking any more.
And he fired away with the V-skill. Hecaton Kreese applying more pressure, chipping away at MinRD while building himself some gauge. I think that's what's pretty important here as he backs off a little bit with the life lead. Reactions to the tandem engine.
Tandem engine.
The counter hit.
Oh, spin that meter.
EX Mad Cradle. He's dead. He's dead.
Wow.
Whew.
And kind of somber moment right there. SKZ takes out Dynamite, closing it out on Seth versus Seth. I don't know about that pick.
He's locked in, man. There's so much more to learn from with Team Dynamite. If I were them and if I were going back to the locker room, I'm thinking to myself, you know what? All right, that's just another game. We got to brush it off. We're all professionals here. What do we do going forward, right? You can't sit there and talk about the loss for too long with emotion. You have to be like, all right, how do I make sure this never happens again?
That's true. That's definitely true. You still got a whole another half of the season to play. There's a lot that you can go into. SKZ being the breadwinner that time around. All in overall, SKZ one of the main weapons in that fight versus Team Dynamite. I would love to get some words. Rob to be on the stage with an interview.
I am here with the rising star of Street Fighter League Season 3, SKZ. How you feeling, bro?
I'm good today. Yeah, feeling good now that I've beaten two Seths, considering I'm not so good at the matchup actually. So yeah, beating 2 Seths in a row, it feels awesome.
So that's actually exactly where I want to start here, so I'm glad you brought that up. 2 Seth players, you know, there's a whole lot going on there. Yeah, like how does it feel to actually beat those 2 guys? Were you surprised that Minna actually even chose Seth?
Yeah, I'm actually pretty surprised Mena chose Seth because for our team, we are pretty good against Seth. I mean, one of the reasons why 801 and iDom picked me up is so that they could have a Seth to train against. And we've been playing so much like in the hotel. So like iDom will beat me consistently. Strider's getting better and better at the matchup as well. So I was pretty surprised he picked Seth actually. Yeah, I was expecting some other character because he can play so many characters, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how confident were you when it came to actually watching iDom go up against Smug, who has a very phenomenal G? And were you confident that you would have been able to beat Smug had he beat iDom?
I was 100% confident that that iDom would beat Smug.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, even if he lost, I practiced a lot against G as well. So in Singapore, we have a lot of G players, and they're all really good. And when I came here, I played against Strider, who also plays a very, very good G. So, I mean, even if iDom lost, which was really hard. I mean, I don't think he would have lost actually. Yeah, but yeah, I was fine.
Confident.
Yeah, I would have been confident.
And one last thing I want to bring up, I noticed that, you know, I saw it in your Twitter bio and everything. You actually are a bit of a chess player. Me and you are supposed to play later on today. What are you better at, Street Fighter or chess?
Street Fighter. It depends. Yeah, it depends on what stage of my life, I guess. Because when I was younger, I dabbled in competitive chess. And I kind of stopped playing after a while. Now I just play recreationally and like, yeah, it's just for fun.
Okay, it sounds like I'm going to be getting cooked at lunch today. Ladies and gentlemen, the Bobby Fischer of Street Fighter, the good parts. Steve, Vicious, back to you.
Man, that was funny, but only because he's like, yeah, I used to play pro, and now I just do it for fun. And then Rob TV was like, oh, I'm definitely getting smoked. You're definitely getting smoked.
Immediate 180. He's like, well, I shouldn't have brought this up. Well, maybe doing the research was a bad idea.
But no, talking about what he did for the team, right? What he adds to the team. Said they weren't too good at the matchup overall. Having a set that strong to practice against is actually phenomenal. He even mentioned 801 Strider saying he's getting better at the matchup. I think that's perfect. You still have iDom there right behind you, and that's helping him get better. Seth's matchup experience going forward is going to be important, especially considering that SKZ hasn't been blocked once yet.
Not yet.
Right?
Not yet.
And that means anybody else left playing Seth is still going to have to worry about the experience that both iDom as well as 801 Strider has going forward. I think that's perfect to kind of lead you, give you some high hopes for the rest of the season for Team All In.
Mm-hmm. Well, again, All In, taking it in strides, 4-0 as it stands. ridiculous amount of W's on their side of the board. We do have lined up for the second half of these matches. I believe it's UYU going up against Alpha 3.
Well, before we see any of that in the rest of the season, we are going to take a quick break. But when we come back, we're going to get into that next team battle. It's going to be UYU, Alpha 3, right after this. All in, already taking out Dynamite to continue the streak. We go on to our second team battle here at Street Fighter League. It's week number 5. UYU has quite the climb ahead of them. They're going to be taking on Team Alpha 3. Now, UYU chose to ban Colleen, once again making sure Nephew is not as big a factor as he possibly could be at full power. Alpha 3 going on to ban Rashid. Another smart move, once again removing JB from the equation. I feel like that's been the tail of the tape for JB since he's got here, right? Like, and this is not only this season. This is last season as well, forcing him to play these extra characters. Even hearing him early in Street Fighter League this season say he was confident in some of these matches playing Poison. Didn't exactly work out. What are some of your thoughts around UYU in this next team battle?
I think it has a lot to do with what the order is going to be. I feel like they have to make sure that JB finds the highest success rate when it comes to the Poison matchup, or at least his comfortability when it comes to navigating said character, right, against the roster of Alpha 3. So you're looking at the formation here. UYU is sending out Kami first, Oil King, and then JB is anchor. Alpha 3, their formation is going to be Nephew, CJ Truth, and Punk as the anchor. You hate to see it, man. Former championship allies turn to enemies on the battlefield.
That's what happens, man. Sometimes you get halfway through these seasons, you got to switch them up, you know? This is a brand new season of Street Fighter League. Teams did get shuffled a little bit, so it's going to be a little uncomfortable when you got to fight possibly old team members as well as old acquaintances, which is kind of what's happening, right? Kami as well as Punk, really close, really cool outside the game, and they get to play each other a lot. However, I would love to hear what Kami has to say on this next upcoming team battle. Rob TV has an interview.
I have the pleasure of being joined by UYU's very own and Brooklyn's very own Kami. How you feeling, Brody?
You know, besides, feeling like I'm dressed better than you, I'm feeling good as always.
Okay, from the beginning, your shoes, you got me by far.
Yeah,
easily, I give you that. The pants, I definitely got you with the pants. As far as, sticking to the Street Fighter League and everything, I feel like it's a possibility that you might be the most slept on player here. What do you think about that? Do you agree?
Yeah, I would say so, but also not too much to like a certain degree. But, I would definitely say I'm the most slept on because I feel like most people, or if very few amount of people here haven't been to Capcom Cup, where most of the people have, which is like,
so at the end of the day.
Yeah, so, me personally, I would put myself in that category as being an underdog, but I would like being an underdog. Well, I personally like being an underdog because, there's no pressure on me to perform, even though, I want to perform and I'm going to perform, but there's no pressure on me. Whereas, iDom is like, oh, you're the Capcom Cup champion. Like, if if you get washed, it's like, damn, you got washed.
And just speaking on that, I feel like so far you've actually been playing phenomenal. That's not something I'm saying for the camera or nothing like that. You guys were affected by, COVID, making it so that one of your players ended up not being able to make it and was replaced with another strong player in JB. NL wasn't able to make it. Do you think that the fact that JB, plays Rashid, and you already have Oil King who plays Rashid, do you think that affects your team at all?
Since they both play Rashid, if one is banned, it's, they both suffer or whatever. And, they are, I'm pretty sure that since JB came last, like it was a last minute decision or whatever, he couldn't practice his secondary as much as he could have. Like his secondary now is still really good, but it could be more polished if he had more time. It brings it down just a little bit, but it's whatever. Because
you guys can only ban that Rashid for the first
they
half
could they could only do it for so long, and we're still having really close games with people coming down or whatever.
You actually are going up against your boy next on Alpha 3. I know that you and Punk are really close friends. And do you think that since you know Punk so well, like, so intimately, do you think that you know Punk's weaknesses more than anybody else might?
Yeah, I would say so. For, since like I said, Smug and Punk, they kind of taught me how to play Street Fighter from like, you know, a while back, like Street Fighter 4, whatever. We all knew each other since we was kids or whatever. So we definitely have like a really good understanding of each other's play style. He excels in punishing the stuff that I like to do or whatever. Like, you know, I like to whiff buttons. A lot of people, like when you play footsies, you don't want your button to whiff because that makes you susceptible to get whiff punished. But I like to whiff my buttons because, you know, it's more of like a wish punish. So if it has like, you know, not a much recovery, like Seth's light kick or something like that, not everybody has the reactions to whiff punish. It just so happens that he does. And like some people, they may whiff punish me, but he does it on a consistent basis where like I'll kill myself or whatever. So I have to play the opposite of how I like to play versus him.
I'm so glad that I asked that question because that's fascinating to me right there, the way that you answered that. I never thought about like, you know, the opposite side of like why you want to actually whiff buttons against some players. All right, guys, you heard it from the man's mouth. My guy, call me. Best of luck with your next match, bro.
Thank you so much, man. Like Rob, Flowchart Karen.
I'm happy to see, one, that he's here, two, to get words from him, but he's still going to have the entire UIU is still going to have their work cut off for him going up against Alpha 3.
Oh, without a doubt. Yeah,
Let's
you
move
have Punk sitting in the anchor seat. I don't think this has happened quite yet, right? He sit either in the middle or in the front to kind of get things going, the momentum rolling for their teammates. But again, he's sitting at the anchor seat, fully unleashed with Karen, which is what we're possibly looking at, considering the bag of characters he also has, very similar to MNRD.
Punk in that anchor seat is definitely going to be able to have the potential to clean up whoever may be remaining, but it might be Oil King, right? And it might be, you know, Kami, who is unbanned. They do know each other, and that wish punish might come into play.
Well, I mean, we'll see how it turns out. I do want to know what Punk has to offer when it comes to the strategy of this week's battles against Team UIU, and I believe Rob TV has that interview. Take a look.
I am here with Victor Woodley.
Bruh.
Punk the God. How you feeling, bro?
I'm doing good. Robert Bernie, how you doing, brother?
Bro, come on, bro. That's my government.
That's my
Victor
government.
Woodley sound like rich and stuff like that. I feel like saying Robert Bernie is like...
Nah, Bernie sound like a rich name, suburb name.
Yeah. I feel like you said that on purpose, though.
Why?
Suburb.
Suburb Bernie? That's bars. Come on.
And you be trying to take away my like street credibility.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I guess we play Street Fighter, so...
Yeah, you know.
In week one, or in you guys' first match, so you guys ran up against Team All In. Obviously, you know, headed by iDom, but you guys didn't actually end up playing each other. You know, they got the win over you that time, but it was one set. But you guys did seem like you were, you know, frustrated. So I wasn't sure how you guys would bounce back, like, you know, mentally and everything. But as soon as I saw you guys in the studio after that, you guys were in, you know, in great spirits and everything, you know. And then when you guys went to play the match, you all looked phenomenal, especially, you know, you being the alpha, the leader of the team. What can you attribute to that?
I just think that we just, you know, feel like that we're the best here, right? I feel like everyone is very confident.
You know, I wonder, there may be a bit of a misconception about you. Like, I actually think that one of the reasons that we ended up being mad cool, which we won't go into the story, but at first we weren't even cool.
Yeah.
But this ended up being one of my better friends in FGC and everything. I relate to you in the sense of like, you're somebody who is willing to talk trash. You're willing to, you know, put yourself out there. And I think that people don't realize like that is one of the things that brings the entertainment. Like if you can easily, you know, you can just lay on, you know, you have great skills.
Yeah.
You can easily just go in on an interview and be like, yeah, I think it's going to be a good match. And now you don't have to put no damn pressure on yourself. You know what I mean? But it's not as entertaining for the people at home. So can you speak to that? Like, the fact that you're like, why is it that you're so willing to actually put yourself out there, and are you trying to entertain people? And I know you just like to talk trash too.
It's not really trying to entertain people. It's just like, I just feel like I'm the best, you know? So, like, I feel like all best, everyone has an ego, right? So,
yeah, guaranteed,
you know,
you need an ego.
I have an ego, and I'm gonna keep on talking my trash, and I'm gonna keep, you know, inflating my own ego. If no one else gonna do it for me, I'm gonna do it for myself. It gets in people's heads, like they won't play as good. Like they'll be probably more nervous, especially if they're not your friend. Like if I talk trash to like a Bigbird or something, like he's not gonna really care. Yeah, he's not gonna really care because he just knows like after we leave, we probably gonna go hang out, eat, or do whatever. But if you talk trash to someone like you're not really cool with, they really
It's
wanna
like, damn,
beat you.
like he trying to disrespect you.
Yeah, and they really wanna beat you. So I feel like it puts a lot more pressure on them because they really want to beat you. Though they didn't talk any trash, they just like, bro, I can't lose to this dude. He just talked mad trash. I want to pop off after I beat him.
They're already picturing it.
Yeah, like
everything.
they already see it. So I feel like it just always put more pressure on them, and it's just like a mind game. It's just fun. I mean, it's just a fun thing to me.
How does it feel to actually be able to play offline again? And do you feel like, you know, you're sending that message back out there to remind people again who the hell you are?
Yeah, it feels really good. I've been very nervous though, cause like I just haven't played offline in so long that like all my nerves are there, and I'm like sweating a lot. And I was like, that's not normal. It's just like we just gotta get back into the swing of things. It's nice.
And you trying to impress me?
Yeah, huh?
You trying to impress me like when you play?
Oh, you?
Yeah. So like,
I'm trying to impress you. Yeah, why not?
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, I want you to come up to me and be like, damn, I want to get like you when I get older.
All right, so disregarding that buffoonery that you just spouted at me, your next match is actually up against Team UIU. Kami and JB are two of your best friends, you know, like outside of this Street Fighter stuff. What are you thinking going into that? Are you extremely confident? You know, how's your record with Kami and JB even?
They both only beat me once in tournament. I got mad wins over them. I can't count it no more on my hands and toes, so I can't really count it, you know. And there are two people that I helped learn how to play the game before actually Oil King infiltrated JB's mind and made him a maniac. And now I feel like I gotta smoke UIU to get my man JB back.
To show him that that's not the way.
Yeah, like that's not what you do. Like
it's like in the beginning of the anime where like, you know, the student don't want to hear anything from the damn teacher until he whip his ass first or something like that. I see what you're saying.
I gotta smoke him, and since that's his teammate, they all teammates. Like if all my teammates lost and I just smoked their whole team, which would happen, none of them would beat me. I know that for a fact. Especially if you ban Rashid, like there's no way.
Yeah.
If I lost, I'd be embarrassed. Probably leave, wouldn't even sit back in the chair. I'd probably just be out the venue
That'd
somewhere.
be it for Street Fighter League?
Yeah, that'd be it. I'll be like on the plane going back to NorCal. I'll be like, nah, I'm out here, bro. Y'all can get my replacement.
Obviously, you know, me and Punk can damn talk to each other forever, but we gotta wrap it up, sadly. Shout out to my boy Punk. It was good talking to you, and good luck in your next match.
Thank you. I also love you, UI. You don't hate me.
I like that. Strong character from Punk, telling the world that you guys cannot sleep on me. In fact, if you do, I will make sure to punish you for it. If he's thinking in a sense like they're sleeping on me because they're not banning me, I feel like the other side of that argument is like, well, we can't ban you, dude. You're just about as unbannable as iDom.
You actually said that. You're like, yo, why would you ban Punk? Like, why would you do that? So he can switch to another character? You can use that. I like that mentality because that means you can use that ban pick to take care of something else. But here we go. We're going to have Kami going up against Nephew. That was a G versus Seth on the screen. Game number 1 here, UIU Alpha 3. Let's see what happens.
Do you see the color scheme on this G? That is real slick. And then the UIU outfit on Seth. Ooh, I need that.
Okay. The tandem engine. Oh, another forward throw.
Another one after the forward dash. That is negative. Ooh. Yeah, run into the crush counter fierce. Nothing to do, though, afterwards.
A stand light kick buffer right there on deck. I'm pretty sure that's what he was going for. And I like doing it in that situation. A lot of times Seth likes to step forward right there. Dash EX. G in control. Activate off the forward medium punch, the forward heavy punch, excuse me. Oh, that was so far away. Not dead yet, though. Oh no, but the stun? You're done. You're done.
Okay, we okay.
Ouch.
Don't jump into the corner, okay?
Yeah, I know.
Dude, the damage output on that?
It's G, man. President of the world. Got the power of Gaia. Gil's not impressed, though, in the back. He's like,
not at all.
I've seen that. Oh, yeah. It's a little bit towards the later end of the active frames.
I'm more impressed by that fruit layout in the background. My man
yeah?
is actually living like a god.
You notice like the Olympic poses in the back where the Warriors is got the models of the Street Fighter cast? That's pretty sick. All right.
Look at the forward throw once again. And just becoming supreme at this point.
A big buffer. Wish punish number 1.
And look at that with a perfect to answer back. Okay.
like that. Yeah, dissecting or digesting. Excuse me, that's the second time. Digesting the information given in front of him against Nephew and then G. Trying to find a way around it. Big buffer coming in from Nephew. Dash up twice. What's oh yeah,
wake
great
up
response.
EXDP. I can tell you right now, Kami likes to do those. Keeps you honest. He likes to have that ground to play. You respect me. I ain't got to respect you. Oh, nice punish. Twin Fang's going to get the corner push as well.
And to think, he crouched just within that range to extend that hurt box in for the block. Very, very slick positioning from Kami. It's the little things, right, that show why these guys are above and beyond certain levels of competition.
Not over just yet. That situation could have been a lot worse. You need to be careful for the guess that comes after it. Jab could have been so much worse. Defense holding strong in the situation. Activation off of the sweep. Dash up to get out of the corner. You gotta check.
All right, Kami, so here's what you're doing wrong. In the corner, you're being way too calm. Just do what Oil King does, bro, and just buffer crouch medium kick to stuff. Buffer crouch medium punch to stuff, because you're respecting him too much in the corner.
You're right.
Like he's just gonna keep walking up and pressing buttons on you. And just don't be afraid of buffers. He walks up a lot, so crouch medium kick should help.
You're right.
Yeah, as long as you just keep doing what you're doing and just keep letting him make mistakes and just punishing him, you'll be fine. I don't think you need to overcomplicate this. All right, go for it.
Kami, I like to talk with the team. Real question. How is Oil King's knee so smooth, man? You got like 2 boiled eggs on the screen right there. Man, that was wild. Oh my God.
I didn't notice till now, yeah.
And there's
He's
that
got
fireball.
feet up on the
man.
seat.
Come on, man. Gotta sit there, Oil King. Come on.
Oh, big piece of anti-air.
Yeah, the thing about like G is that he can definitely control the pacing in a lot of instances. And Kami has been so good with the punishes. Don't know if I would have used the V skill there. Probably would have took that corner carry.
Yeah, still getting the damage, but I think it would have been in a more advantageous position to get the damage and the corner carry. The extra damage and the corner carry, that is. And Nephew playing that life lead game, using the fireballs, backing away. He's not going to really... Okay, wait, I take it back.
All right, forward throw. There's still a chance on the table here. Oh, axe kick. Oh, no, you got to stop with the jumping. You know for a fact that G is waiting for that.
I think I could dash more.
Patient. More patient.
Yeah. I think I should be able to dash more.
Yeah, I mean, if you're jumping, you could also do heavy dive kick, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Oil King saying there should be more patience.
Oh, yeah, caught the start, or like midway through the forward fierce.
Oh, the jump light. That's something we haven't seen Kami really take advantage of, but working out a lot more. Hold this heavy.
Oh, yeah.
I like
EX
this.
Mad Cradle. The stun is racking up. One more opening.
That was such a good axe kick. Got him out of trouble. And the confirm. Big damage on the table. Am I spending my trigger? No. I would have spent the trigger at least, though. I can tell you that. Still alive.
I don't think he had a chance to be honest. There it is. Here comes the highway robbery.
I like that. Guard the legs. Just block. Stop trying to walk out of there. Walk up throw.
Oh, yeah, and he built himself a good amount of meter off of that. Smart
Like, you have to
punish.
throw him on his wake up, not from a tick throw.
Yeah, G doesn't have too many good wake up options. Throwing him on throw and wake up is probably better.
That's when you can establish the frame chops, right? That's when you can start doing the tick throw, or maybe even something like
counter poke with the crouching medium punch.
The throw on wake up, taking the advice of his teammates. No, that is not meaty. That is not a meaty situation.
Be careful.
Where you can do that.
Team telling him to be careful. Kami getting the advice. Almost had the punish, but still gets the pickup. Oh, man.
A little bit of spaghetti on the floor, but it's okay. Kami is still working on this life lead force. Fear does connect.
Have to calm
Don't get
down.
impatient here. What a whiff punish.
Oh, the drop. Oof. Good anti-air. He's aware of the V trigger. We've seen the sweep activate work out quite a few times.
He has V trigger.
Yeah, you gotta chill. He has the V trigger, so right now, there's the activation right. Oh,
nice.
The EXDP, what an option.
Ooh, the extra damage on top.
Oh, the throw. Kami is talking business right now.
Sometimes you need to mash, right?
That's fine. The one thing I see, man, is just at the beginning of the round, he might be pretending that he's like patient and trying to walk back and forth and play footsies. But as soon as that got even kind of close to like mid health bars, He didn't hold back on his stick at all. He was trying to create just like positive situations for himself, and he was going to take risks to do them. I think your strategy was working out. Just like where you were standing was good, but as long as you just wait for him to make a mistake, which he will, because he's trying to just force too much,
Yeah,
you're gonna win.
Yeah.
CJ giving words of advice, pointers.
And this is what we were trying to look for, right? In that synergy of Alpha 3. We wanted to see who's going to step up to be the facilitator of the team. And it looks like CJ right now is stepping up to bat. Let's see if it works out for Nephew. All tied up here at one apiece, trying to make the first move.
Wow,
Yes, sir.
makes it whiff. Gets the crouching strong.
Do you see that? The changeup after applying those meaty throws, now he gets to throw in those delayed normals. Big buffer.
Punch off of the light kick. Oh, goes for the jump this time. The EX is what Kami went to.
He's gonna stun you. He's gonna stun you. It's
You're not
okay.
yet. You're not there. You're not there. Be careful, Luis.
Watch for the throw, medium
Oh,
punch.
he tried to.
It's hard. It's a very hard situation. You're looking for a command throw.
Would you have sat there? To
Honestly,
take it?
I'm not
Honestly, I
sure.
think I would have jumped the same way as Kami did.
I would have up forward. I definitely would have up forward. He was
Yeah,
too
he
close
got-
to
he
use
got
the V
caught.
skill. But that's what happens. A deer in headlights,
Yes,
man.
yes. That's just
what
a
we
tough
mean.
situation.
And that's a tough situation. A lot of times you're guessing for your life, and on top of that, you have to be aware of the options the other character
fine,
has
that's
at their
fine.
disposal, and that's a wasted EX
What?
bar.
Oh,
Oh, this
man.
isn't good. Backdash.
There's a lot of movement coming from the side of Kami. He's not willing to sit there and take the
Nice.
blocks. Oh, but hey, they worked out perfect in that situation. Yes, sir. Goes for the knockdown off the axe kick, applying this pressure.
Nice pickup. Kami, big damage on the table. Stun
more
is
for
becoming
stun.
a factor. Tries
He
to go
went for
the
it again.
throw. Wow, calls it out in sync. Kami.
Oh, no. Wait for it. Wait for it. Here comes Nephew, swinging low.
Oh my God.
My jeez, Kami.
Gets the cross up again. Kami on the verge.
Could have spent the bar.
Vision.
Oh, he
Nice,
spins it.
Bar. Kami taking it to a final
Be careful,
game
though,
here
bro.
versus Nephew. This is an important round, set point on the table. If Kami can do this, the pace that it's going to set for UIU going up against Alpha 3, one of the strongest teams, is going to be unprecedented. Or unpresidential.
Nice work. All right, so Kami is inching his way forward. Anti-air's not there. Wasn't ready for it.
Oh,
That should have been. Can you
axe kick?
You're just gonna get
I think that's okay. I think that's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you have trigger now, but now he just got a level
Don't
up
rush
on the,
in.
No. Oh,
nice.
No activate. Forward throw. This is looking good. Another one.
Do it again. He missed the meaty setup on the forward strong, but it's okay. Activation round off the
You can
crouch
dive
heavy
kick.
punch.
Forward
Do
throw
it again.
Nephew content holding back right here. Oh, another jump in. And the interrupt
He
finally.
tried to throw him.
The thing about
attaboy.
those situations
Good right.
is that once the life gets low, you think that it's safe to move in. You think that it's okay to kind of encroach a little bit more, but that gives them an opportunity to interrupt. That long distance jab, we've been talking about it the entire season, coming from G is definitely a game changer. And once again, I gotta say, Kami is making these guys bleed a lot. There are so many situations that where Kami, all they had to do was go a slightly different way, and then Kami could have closed out that game. And now it's up to the rest of Team UIU. Oil King coming up next. That means Nephew's going to rotate to the back of the queue just in case somebody gets by Punk just to finish out. This is looking really good, though. I like what Kami brought to the table. That definitely had Nephew sweating. You can tell he exhaled once that match was over. Kami was on such a run, and I love what I see coming from Kami at this point.
Oil King is going to be going with the Seth, as Rashid is the ban pick from Alpha 3 going towards JB and Oil King.
But this is going to be tough, though, because you're fighting CJ. We know how CJ plays. The pacing that you get from just this team alone, like even if you just remove the players themselves, look at the different paces that they play. CJ is a player that can change the pace of the game in an instant with his character. And Punk is a footsie god. And then you have the cool, calm, collected nature of somebody like Nephew. Like, that's a good team composition. You can get quite a read on who you're facing just based off of how these guys attack them.
And here we go into game one. It's Oil King versus CJ Truth. Oil King actually testing out this mid-range, right? Big dash in and a ton of damage as well. Forward throw further in the corner, but the pressure is relieved after that.
Wow.
What
Wow.
is that? Did you see that buffer?
Yo, that V skill, that tandem engine, definitely gives you a new level to punish, react, and end combos, especially when you're aware of the moves that you get from whatever opponent you may be facing.
Oh, yeah, nice punish there from CJ Truth. Max distance spiral arrow in that trigger. You would expect a dive kick to finish off the rest of that bar, and there it is. Back throw, nothing to do though.
That axe
back
kick
off.
is going to be a little different in this matchup, only because it's...
Oh, the overhead!
Oh, my.
You're not dead. You're not dead, though.
Nice.
Forward throw. Overhead again. No, the chip out. That was so... That was genius. That was genius. Once again, the power of CJ is to turn the game around into his control at a moment's notice. That character, Cammy, is definitely for him. That's what I'm
Big jump in as well. Yes, sir. And he's got the reactions to boot. This man is all over Oil King right now. Stuck in this corner. Very deep dive kick. Good challenge from Oil King as well. But here comes CJ Truth. Yes, sir. Back throw. Now Oil King's trying to play. No conversions. No uppercut either.
And I feel like this is when you want to. This is when you want to do as much damage as possible because that trigger's there. Nice, confirmed.
Yikes, dude. That is such a sick setup. I need to steal that.
Nice, nice. Remember, CJ also will always get hit with down forward heavy kick, not the overhead.
Man, he went to the hot dog vendor. Was like, I need a full stick of butter. For your hot dog? No, in the bun itself. That's nasty. Seth is still trying to figure out what humans eat, so that's the thing, you know.
Oh, I love the fact that Oil King is walking down CJ Truth and trying to push to this corner, but also knowing when to lay back a little bit. That was some of the advice that Oil King gave Kami early on. Was like, hey, just calm down. Nice. Installing.
Oh, he tried to roundhouse that as an anti-air, but it's a little bit too fast.
I'm going to tell you right now, that was not the worst exchange you could have versus Cammy in that situation with Trigger. Completely gone at this point, full CA on the table. This is a good way to take control of the round.
I really do think Cammy does an excellent job contesting against axe kicks when it comes to neutral, right? If Oil King wants to get antsy and do like jump heavy kick, axe kick, Cammy's trajectory on her uppercut is so good for covering that. Activation route. This is exactly what we want to see here, right? The overhead once again. Oh my God, it's a symphony, a beatdown.
No! Big crush. Activate still not on the table. Knows the CA is there. CJ taking this time, and that's going to be it. And that's exactly what I was talking about. The fact that CJ Truth at a moment's notice will literally say, hey, I'm going to take the lead.
He'll never, I don't think he'll ever anti-air unless you jump in a lot. So if you just mix your jump-ins up, he'll never actually try to anti-air.
Yeah, I think you're right.
He can't anti-air over Rashid, so.
All right. He said he can't anti-air with Rashid. This dude punk is a meanie. Going right back in. Game 2. Good punish. Goes for the heavy punch from Cammy. And now CJ Truth kind of zeroing in.
Oh, you see what I'm saying? That trajectory coming from the cannon spike. Perfect anti-air for a character like Seth. Installed.
And this is what I was mentioning earlier. You got to be careful on that air approach. Cammy has options.
Oh, yeah. I'm telling you that uppercut is just too consistent. Axe kick, easy problem to solve for Cammy. Even up close, maybe like a back strong if you wanted to, or even just light uppercut. That was raw.
That was so.
Send
that
it back
was
to
raw.
the kitchen. Oh, you a donut. Oh, nice
You
work
can
from
always
CJ
throw
Truth,
punish the
too.
EX kick if it's too far.
What a confirm.
And this is it right here. Oil King needs to make something happen right now versus CJ. Once again, all the weight will be on JB. And no Rashid. That's going to be a hard climb. Oil
No
King needs to
anti-air.
make something happen right here.
Punk made a very solid observation off of that. If you mix your jump-ins in, Oil King's going to have a hard time. That's a big punish. If you follow through with the tandem engine, you are punishable. Oh, yeah! CJ Truth all over it.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
Nice pickup. Dash up once again. Tries to go for the throw.
Nice. He might wake up DP delay.
I think he will.
V reversal, you knew it was coming. Send the orb out. Nephew just having a little bit of a chuckle. That's the first. I think that's the first time we've heard him all set, right? Stop it! Stop!
Oh, but the drop. No.
Oh, no punish either. Oh no.
Nah, that sucks. Now that, oh man.
I dislike seeing it that happen that way, to be honest with you. Unfortunate string of errors on both sides, but either way, CJ Truth comes out on top. That's got to be tough if you're Oil King. But again, you can't let your spirits down, man. JB coming up to play. It's a new game. It's a new slate. You just got to go in with that mentality. It's like you're here to play. Just go through the ringer, man.
The scariest part about this is the fact that, one, these guys used to be on the same team. Two, there's no Rashid. Three, how are you going to stop Punk? He could just pick Karen at this point. Oh, man. Now, these are the hard draws, right? Because now, JB, everything is on his shoulders. Everything is on JB's shoulders at this point. He has to not only beat Punk, but he has to beat JB and Nephew without Rashid. I'm interested to see how this is supposed to happen.
Round one. Fight. And here we go. Anyway, it's going to be JB versus Punk, the first game. What an interruption right off the bat, and firing right back, knowing what Punk is willing to do. He called it out earlier. He's going to try to jump a lot.
Oil King has been given some very sound advice to both of the team members, saying to be patient, and it's always felt like a thing that's worked out. Man,
long distance punish. But again, I don't even know if that was worth it, right? You get switched into the corner, minimal damage, and your trigger is halfway gone.
Nothing happened. Oh, Michika.
Oh, I love that approach from Punk. There's the activation by JB.
Yeah, didn't want to go for the shocking heel finisher off of those jabs, right? So instead went for the V trigger to try to apply some sort of pressure with the Molotov. But I mean, if you're stuck in this corner and Punk is smothering you, you won't even get that chance. And it's looking like it as Punk cleans up for round one.
When you're in corner, you're more patient, okay?
Starting off for JB, I mean, it wasn't like a dominant lead, but the way that he was playing was very, very strong and actually had the lead for quite some time. Heart rate is plus and was still not prepared to get that punch, that full punish on the combo. Like right there, 2 drops, this is...
That's looking kind of tough right now for JB. Punk, once you get that momentum started, especially with a character like Cammy, it's hard to get off, right? There's not a lot Poison can do on Wake Up to stop it.
V-reversal, and Punk just looking full control right now. Finally gets the low forward, but the V-reversal means no activation. Jump back into the corner.
Reek stands strong, just applying all this gray life on the side of JB. Big jump in.
Big jump in.
It's, oh man.
I think when you're in corner, you just focus his jump.
Nothing to say. Same again.
So I think when you're in corner, he will jump a lot. You
Yeah.
just wait when you jump, but don't go corner too early.
He had so many instances where if he would have got those knockdowns, it would have been a complete. I feel like it would have changed everything.
Yeah, for sure. There was a ton of damage left on the table in so many instances where JB had those hits and those confirms ready, but it's just nothing afterwards. But speaking of confirms, big counter hit confirm off of the crouch strong, the 3-piece leading to all of this.
The empty jump low. And why aren't you using crouching? There you go, crouching heavy punch, long distance low. That standing heavy punch as well. You got to be careful using those heart rates, especially at that range. Lots of great lives. You still have to be careful. So much meter, and
I like this.
It's still beating.
Punk is definitely down to take all of this because look how much bar Cammy's built for herself, just taking all these blocks. I think, yeah, Punk wasn't even trying to overcommit. He was just waiting for JB to make the mistake, and it pays off so much for him, not only in the round, but also with the amount of meter she built.
Ooh. Heart rate, back throw, no.
Again, stop around. Oh, out of there. Stun, not a factor anymore.
No, tries to walk under and get the punish. JB just needs to calm down. Okay, that was good. That was very good. Trade, returns things back to neutral. Punk walking in to try to get the throw and just jumps. This one instance could be very make or break for JB and Team UIU. Activate heart rate plus. Needs to be careful right there. There's plenty of meter on the side of Punk.
This next jump in that Punk lands, it's going to be it. I told you.
Oh, no.
He didn't even want to spend the critical art on that one.
Now.
He was waiting. Yep, I'm telling you, that one jump in, JB, again, had the right idea, but Punk was still not deterred enough to stop jumping.
Once again, a hard draw. Another hard week here. Season 3 Street Fighter League. When we say this is the creme de la creme, we mean it. This is top caliber brass competition from all around the world. And bad matchups is one thing, but you gotta be tight when it comes to the input in a lot of these situations, because as you can see, all those small drop combos from JB and Kami add up pretty quickly. Versus somebody like CJ Truth, you cannot let him get momentum back. If you ever get momentum from CJ Truth, you need to hold on to it. And whether that means backing up and letting him walk back in, you need to give it to him. Same thing goes for, say, fighting somebody like Nephew. You have to take advantage. If you get them to make a mistake, if you get a game off of them, you better remember every instance in which you were able to take advantage and get ready to apply it again, because these guys aren't going to let you breathe easy, knowing that you might have a leg up.
It's looking like a really rough start right now for Team UIU, but Alpha 3, I believe, with the way they performed today, that was a solid 3-0. In total, they have 6 rounds or 6 games won, right? I believe that should shoot them up into the second place spot, if I'm not mistaken, considering Team Dynamite actually lost in their week's battle this week. So very curious to see how Team Alpha 3 is feeling, and I do believe Rob TV is standing by with CJ Truth. Let's take a listen in.
I'm here with Alpha 3's very own, the best anti-airs in the business, CJ Truth. How you feeling, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm glad we got the win. We needed that one, and I'm glad we got it.
Well, specifically as far as you went up against Oil King. For one, that match as a whole was a 3-0. And we all know that Oil King's a phenomenal player, always in Capcom Cup and everything. But obviously, you're god like yourself. You cooked him, to be honest. Like, what were you thinking going into that match, and how did it play out?
I mean, to be honest, like, to be fair, he got he had to play Seth, not his main. So, I got a little bit of advantage on him there because I got to play, my main. So, it was a good match. I thought I played pretty well, except for that, terrible missed combo at the end. Can't let that happen again. Got away with it that time.
You did like a whole super on block or something like that. Actually.
Yeah, I tried to do crouch medium. I think it was crouch medium punch super, and the second crouching medium punch came out late, so I didn't get the super.
But after that happened, he actually tried to go for a punish, and he went for like a heavy into like heavy hands, and you interrupted with crouch medium punch to a full combo. You reacted to that, or what? You just been playing Punk a lot? You're used to seeing that?
No, not really. I saw I blocked the fierce, right? Yeah. So I just did a crouching medium punch. Yeah, and I didn't even realize he was going to do hands afterwards, and it just kind of happened. So it was kind of a lucky break, but it worked out.
So you guys did lose your first match against Team All In. You weren't in the best of spirits after that. And some of us were actually worried, like, man, these guys might be on tilt. I don't know if they'll be able to bounce back from this. But since then, you guys have been looking like arguably the best team, or, at least in that conversation. How did you guys bounce back from that? And do you think you're going to have to worry about tilt anymore from this point on?
We maybe didn't play the best that first match. It's a different kind of circumstance, different kind of situation playing a Street Fighter League compared to, usually right now we're just playing at home, right? Yeah. So it's a whole different thing. So, we weren't too happy after we lost that match, but, the next day we woke up, we had a, little group chat, we were just talking, and we were fine, we all get along really well, so we got over it really, really quickly, and we had a job to do, and we came back and did it. Yeah, exactly.
Ladies and gentlemen, best anti-airs in the business, my guy, CJ Truth. Congratulations, bro.
Thanks, Rob.
I like that kind of energy and attitude from CJ Truth. Again, we've emphasized how rough it was for Team Alpha 3 in that first week of Street Fighter League, but hearing him and his confidence with his teammates saying, we got in that group chat, we made sure to understand we're here for a job. We're here to make sure we end up with that W. And they're performing really well, man. Even that slight drop that we saw during the set of CJ Truth, he was talking about that missed opportunity to get that full critical art combo. He still didn't fret. There was no audibles showing how much he was stressed out. They held themselves to a professional degree, and I like that change from where they were at in week 1.
I like what I've seen so far. UIU, on the other hand, once again, weeks in here on Street Fighter League and just not able to secure. And I say secure because I mean that. There's so many instances I felt like where it was just drop situations that could have turned into a victory. Still, they have an entire half of a season to go forward looking into. It's not over yet.
Only week number 5. We still have 15 weeks of regular play that lead off into the playoffs in that final 16th week.
These guys can make a comeback. Like you said, UIU fans, don't fret. It's still an opportunity in the second half of the season. And we're going to talk about some of the matches that you guys saw today, but it's going to come up on the other side of this break. You guys stay tuned. We're going to wrap up Street Fighter League. this week. Street Fighter League Week 5 continues. This is Season 3. We've already seen All In take on Dynamite. We saw UYU versus Alpha 3. There's a lot of transitions happening right now. UYU not looking too good. We're going to go through the standings just in case, because they are updated. We're going to start at the top. All In with 4-0 at this point. Alpha 2-1. Alpha 3 2-1, making an amazing comeback, especially coming back through these ranks. Dynamite at 2-2 so far. We have Team NASR right behind them at 1-2. Psycho Shinobi still fighting at that 1-2 spot, and of course UYU, who we saw go down this week, still holding out that bottom spot at 0-3. What are some of the things I feel like, what would you want to tell UYU at this point? Because JB's been here before, Oil King's new here, and Kami is also a UYU team member. What are some of the things you feel like you would give them going forward? Because I see that they are changing up that lineup. They're definitely experimenting to see what needs to happen, and even like them being vocal is something that's helping them out. I feel like the Alpha 3 approach, the Team Alpha 3 approach is a great approach as well.
Yes.
Have that talk, say, hey, look, we need to do these things, and kind of like switch up our game plan.
I completely agree with you in that sentiment. I think what needs to be done with Team UYU is to realize there's a time and place for everything. They need to utilize the time they have to really grind out some of these matches and focus into the key matchups they have ahead of them after or in the next week, right? So they need to understand like what the possible outcome could be for the team formation they're going up against, considering the bans, right? What they do if JB is banned. And also, during the gameplay itself, I feel like there needs to be a little bit more in terms of the coaching, right? It's not a time to lament. On top of that, they got to use their time efficiently. They have to make sure they practice each and every one of these weeks to get ready for the next battle.
Well, we also saw a lot of great matches. I mean, we saw All In, we saw SKZ, we saw 801 Strider, iDom with another amazing play this week, going up against Team Dynamite, Gamer B, Mena RD, as well as Smug. We saw kind of a matchup head-to-head. Mena RD choosing to use Seth versus SKZ Seth. Personally, I don't know if that was the case. We know it was a lock-in after a certain point.
Yeah.
Do you feel like the Seth versus Seth mirror match is something you would have looked at versus SKZ? I mean, these are just questions that I'm interested. I'm fielding these myself.
I think it was one of those things where Dynamite was in a comfortable position to kind of test out the waters against a team like All In. But overall, I think Dynamite is in a very solid position still, regardless of the standings. I think their team is just fine. They know what it takes to take down any barrier before them. So that's my take on it. I think Dynamite is doing just fine despite where they're at. Again, top 3, still pretty good.
Top 3 still looking very sharp-headed forward, but we talked a little bit about iDom, so that takes us right to Seiko Play of the Day. I personally say that iDom's domination in the team battle this week was by far one of the best things we've seen. It also shows why he is the captain. Listening to the other teams talk about how to stop iDom also played to this in my head, because even hearing them being like, hey man, you got to handle this and you got to handle that. And even weeks before where I've spoken with some of the other team members about playing against iDom, they seem like they're like, why would you do this? Why would you do that? But he keeps getting these victories with a character that a lot of people did not look at.
I didn't think iDom was really going to run it that hard against Smug. Really, I didn't think it was going to be that far beyond our expectations.
I mean, all these teams are in a position where they can recover. There's still another half of the season to be played here at Street Fighter League to see who's going to be in that final versus Team Japan. Speaking of airing tomorrow, you can catch Week 7 Street Fighter League Japan to see some of the potential opponents that the teams here will have to face. And of course, this weekend, CPT Online China kicks off just to get some more of those points. We're going to see who's going to qualify for Capcom Cup. I feel like that's a lot of Street Fighter action for you guys. I love we're getting these airing back to back that way. It's a whole weekend of Street Fighter, baby. You guys, I dare you. The challenge still stands. I dare you to find better Street Fighter and deliver it to me here. That's what I want. Deliver me.
Tag him for sure. That's going to do it for us here at Street Fighter League Season 3. But again, tune in next week where we have UYU go up against Psycho Shinobi as well as Alpha 3 and NASR. That's going to be happening next Thursday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Again, we hope you guys enjoyed this week. We sure did. And until then, play some more Street Fighter. We'll see you then.
Big counter hit conversion as well
Okay.
off that jab. Get him to the corner. There's a threat here. Throw. No, it's a normal instead.
The double dash up
Back
kick
off.
is going to be a little different in this matchup only because it's.
Oh, the overhead.
Oh my.
You're not dead. You're not dead though.
Nice.
Forward throw. Overhead again. No, the chip out. That was genius.
Yo, man, but it looks like he's got plot armor right now. He's looking invincible the way he's moving around Smug.
I mean, it is an NLBC Classic, but the Classic is typically won by iDom.
Yeah.
Wow, calls it out in sync.
Oh, no. Wait for it. Wait for it. Here comes Nephew swinging low.
Oh, my God.
My jeez, Kami.
Gets the cross up again. Kami on the verge.
Could have spent the bar. Oh, he
Nice.
spins it.
Bar.
The counter hit.
Oh, spin that meter.
EX Mad Cradle. He's dead. He's dead.
Wow.